Web Services Description Language, or WSDL, is an XML-based language used by web services to describe the functionality they offer. This can be thought of as the machine-based equivalent to the class and method descriptions of normal code. A WSDL description of a web service provides all the information that a computer needs in order to know how to call the web service, what parameters to pass, and what data structures they expect to get back. This allows virtually any computer to connect to that web service with full functionality. The key principle behind WSDL is abstraction. In order to give a function maximum flexibility, it should require as little information as possible in order to run. That way, other programs can call it with a minimum of time and effort. For normal functions, the information required is the programming language, the method location, the data types of the inputs, and the data types of the outputs. WSDL simplifies these requirements through the use of standardized messages. Since any computer can read an XML file, there is no need to know or be compatible with the programming language of the web service. The information required to know the method's location is also somewhat simplified and standardized in this format. As a result, all the end user really needs to know is what type of data is expected for the inputs and the outputs. The most current version of WSDL is version 2.0, which structures each message according to the following table. The service part of the message contains direct references to the endpoints, their bindings, and their locations. The location is usually defined by a simple HTTP URL string, which could be in an external website or a port on your computer. The binding specifies the interface and tells the reader what type of SOAP binding style and transport will be used, such as RPC or document style encodings. We'll go over these in more detail a little bit later. It also contains one or more operations tags that define the operations that can be used with the SOAP. The interface is the meat of the message. It defines the web service itself, including all of the methods. As with the bindings, each method of the web service is represented by an operation tag. Inside that tag, there is an input and an output tag. These indicate to the user what data structures are accepted and returned by that method. These tags are descriptive, so for stock data, you might have an input tag called year or an output tag called price. Finally, the types tag describes the data itself. This is done using the XML schema language. This essentially converts the descriptive names for the message inputs and outputs into raw data types. From the tags mentioned before, we might set year to be of the type integer and price to be of the type double. In the next video, we'll take a look at the exact syntax of a WSDL message.